Welcome to The Pull Bag. Join us as we dig out our latest comics and discuss them with a rotating panel of the GCRN crew. So sit back and enjoy this week's Pull Bag.
Hello and welcome to The Pull Bag. This is episode 97. I am your host, TFJ and Mike, and joining me is Nicole Hailstorm. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. And ladies and gentlemen, we are combining stuff now. Instead of having to take time to do two separate episodes for multiple issues, we're going to be doing the number 28s, 29s, 30s, 31s, etc., etc., etc. for both Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye, and Robots in Disguise. So in this podcast, you're going to get a review of Rid 28 and More Than Meets the Eye 28. As we go along through this journey through this new form of covering the titles, eventually they're going to get rid of the Rid title.
I see what you did there.
Or they're going to be getting rid of the Rid on the Rid title, and it's just going to become Transformers. Because, hey, we got a new cartoon coming next year.
Because they can't come up with another title besides the Robots in Disguise, which we already had a cartoon of.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, we did, but it wasn't that great of a cartoon, honestly.
I didn't mind it. Skybite is awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's why everyone watches it. Because Skybite is awesome. And there's a bug in my room, and I apologize. If you heard me smacking it.
Wait a minute. So you have Skybite and Bugbite in your room? Yikes.
Yep. I actually do have Skybite in my room. I just got him.
And I'm sure he stands proudly next to Skylynx.
I will never have a Skylynx.
Oh, come on.
Never. Nope. Nope. My collection will never be complete because I don't care for Skylynx. Maybe I will change my mind if I ever play with a toy, but I will never like the character. Unless there's some amazing writing skills, which right now is still pissing me off more than other.
I mean, let's face it, he is a side character. He doesn't, he's transportation at best. He's the Department of Transportation, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So starting off with Transformers, Robots in Disguise, we Dark Cybertron is over. Shockwave has been defeated. We are now in the dawn of the Autobots. I, of course, have the subscription cover because when I was collecting print issues, I was a stickler for my shop to I've said this before, that if a company is going to offer a subscription cover at the same regular price as the regular cover, and I have that in my pull box or whatever, you damn Skippy, you better be getting me that subscription cover. If it's an option, I want it. I don't care what it is. Now, there have been some months, I think it was one of the Dark Cybertron issues, might have been chapter 5 or 6, where the subscription cover was one of the Anamites or Ananites or whatever the hell, there's friggin' mini-con combiners, the green thing. That one I didn't too much care for, but I at least want the ability to have the option to choose.
My comic book shop's always good with that.
Yeah. I've said this before on the podcast, I actually had to show my comic book shop where to look for the various cover distinctions for IDW. So we open up, and we have the standard cover, which is Optimus, the subscription cover, which is Optimus, Ironhide, Jazz, and RC, and the incentive cover was Optimus by Livio. Subscription was by Andrew and Joanna, and the standard is Casey's and Joanna with colors. Pick your cover, ma'am.
Oh, see, I don't have my covers. I don't know what happened to my issue of this. But I think I remember, okay, is there one with Devastator, you said?
No, it's Optimus, Optimus RC, Jazz, and Ironhide, and then another Optimus by Livio.
Oh, okay. I know which one I got. I got the Optimus one where he's like standing around the Earth.
Okay.
It's almost like the Megatron one. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
You
one I
got
got.
the yeah.
That's right. I don't know what I did with it, but I know that's the one I picked up because I wanted the trilogy of him, Megs, and Windblade.
Windblade. Yeah.
So
That was the coolest thing about this. These is it 28? Yeah, all the 28s have.
yeah.
Wait a minute, we only have 2 series that have 28s. So how? Oh, the Windblade thing was a variant, right?
Yep.
For Windblade. Okay, yeah. Because Livio has the incentive covers also make up some collage.
Oh, okay.
If you put them together, I'll have to see if I can find that. But yeah, so we start off with a previously page, basically telling everybody, hey, this is, Dark Cybertron ended. The universe nearly came to its end, but Cybertron united in the day was saved by the combined forces of the Autobots, Decepticons, and some new arrivals. And then we have, and this is what's so cool about this. This is what I love about this issue, and this is what I love about the More Than Meets the Eye issue.
This is just really strange for me because you're reading the physical copy this time around, and I'm reading the digital one. Usually the other way around. So that's what's crazy about this.
Megatron, the Decepticon leader, joins the side of his longtime enemies. Windblade, the newcomer, arrives on Cybertron and makes a place for herself. Optimus Prime, the Autobot commander, returns to face a new world order. I love how they do this with the 3 characters like that. I think that's so great. That's a nice little layout, a nice little description to kind of catch everybody up.
I like it.
It's just so awesome. And I really think that they kind of waste a page, though.
They actually don't. They give you that one.
Oh, okay.
I believe there is still, yeah, and the next page, the 6 months later. I think that's all. Mm-hmm. I think they give you one. Let me just double check here. 2, 4.
I mean, I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool that they do it. I like it in the digital issue more than I do in the print issue.
Yeah, they give you that one.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. So we start off with 6 months later, and we are just so freaking weird.
I love this guy.
I know you love this guy.
I love this guy. If anything happens to him, I will be so ticked off.
Well, I think you'll be more ticked off if anything happens to Buster more than anything that happens to Thunder.
That too, but that's one of the reasons why I love Thundercracker so much. He is a dog lover, and he writes horrible fan fiction, which is amazing. And I want to see it. I actually want to see them do it.
I don't know. I just don't know. So, we open up with Earth, and Thundercracker's, screenplay. And he's flying around the planet. Now, okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is why, one of the reasons why I have Nicole here is because I don't know, like, what I know from the Transformers comics right now is what I've read from Death of Optimus Prime to whenever now is. So, I don't know anything. I have never read the original Transformers ongoing they had. I haven't read Chaos. I haven't read Last Stand. I know I should read Last Stand. But I know. Hey, I only got into comics 2 years ago. Give me a break.
Last Stand is good. Last Stand is good.
Yeah. Definitely have to have Amy on for that one.
You think Roberts is bad now. That's where it all started. And it's a very heartbreaking story.
I don't think he's bad. I think he's just cruel.
No, he's not bad. He is a genius writer. He really is. Because he brings these characters that you know nothing of. He does 2 little blurbs of them, and you're like, oh, I love this character. Oh. Oh, that was bad. I shouldn't have fallen in love with this character just last page. And now I'm crying over him. That's how good John Barber is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he likes it, knowing that the tears of many readers.
Yeah. We have all sold our souls to Roberts and Barber, honestly.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. um, so Thundercracker is flying around planet Earth because apparently he can do that, even though I know just from him passing and from other people that Earth and the Transformers don't have the best relationship anymore.
No.
And I've heard it's all Spike's fault.
Spike's an asshole. We won't even. Oh, even we can't even go there yet. Because
no, it's not.
issue 35 came out, and that guy really needs to die. This is what I was telling you earlier. I want to see Prowl just slowly step on his skull. Eventually, like, his teeth just slowly popping out one by one, his eyes gushing out. Just a slow and painful death, because that's what Spike deserves.
I don't think the higher-ups at IDW, and I don't think Barber would do that in general, but I don't think the higher-ups let him do that.
No, but that's what I want.
You're going to have Andrew and some of the other artists do that for you as a fan commission or something.
I've told people, I'm like, this is the first... With the way that the relationship of Prowl and Spike, Prowl will be the first Cybertronian to taste flesh because he wants to make sure that Spike's dead, and he will eat him, and I will be so joyous. Yay!
So Prowl is going to turn into a Spike eater.
Yep. Yes.
Lord. All right, so Thundercracker's flying around, and we see all this dialogue that he has, and I can't tell if it's him reading it to us or if it's the person that is reading it.
I think because we'll get to where who's reading this in the pages. So
yeah, but like when I opened it up, I'm like, wait, what? After the end of Dark Cybertron, I was like, wait a minute, what in the hell are they doing? Like, I realized what they were doing after a couple pages, but it was like, I just don't get this. I don't like this. I hope this isn't going to be how the entire book is going to go.
I love it. It's just such cheesy dialogue, which is like the premises of any soap opera that anyone's ever read, I love it.
So, couple of the two main characters in this play or screenplay or whatever he's doing, Susan Journeyer and Josh Boyfriend. I'm wondering which Josh they're talking about.
I picture Josh Perez.
Oh, okay. So we get back. Thundercracker transforms, and he has a dog.
Buster. Love Buster.
And he goes on to, he calls out to his dog and asks the dog, why are you out here, girl? And there might be bears out here, or Sharkticons, or, well, probably not Sharkticons.
I think that's so cute. I just fell in love with Thundercracker this few pages. God, love him.
He's so silly. What do you think of the vials as he's walking in?
Oh, his Energon? Well, yeah. That's one of my favorite questions to ask, podcasters and fans. What do you think Energon tastes like? And it's just like, I'm pretty sure they've got different flavors, They have to, or it'd just be boring. It'd be like having water your whole life.
I mean, after looking at, after seeing all 65 episodes of a certain cartoon, all I can think of is regular Energon, dark Energon, speed Energon.
That blue stuff looks delightful, but I don't think that he likes that one because that one's
fullest.
Yeah, so he just likes the regular stuff. Thundercracker's a regular kind of guy.
When I first saw this, I'm like, hey, where's Kranix when you really need him? Because it reminds me of all the bottles that they had in the original 86 film before Unicron ate the planet.
Oh, yes.
How do you live with yourself, Thundercracker?
I love Thundercracker. I really do.
I love Marissa. I think she's
Marissa,
awesome.
I have
Just
a
in this opening part. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I did like
their
Missy's fight.
interaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we go along, not so much.
She gets worse.
Yeah. Uh, and she's basically making fun of him, which is
I know
kind
it's
of cruel.
she is being a bully.
Yeah.
I don't like bullies.
No. Um. So we then go to 500,000 years ago, Cybertron: The Fall of Metroplex.
Oh,
What?
poor Metroplex.
I know, right? And hey, look, there's War for Cybertron Bumblebee.
Which is good. War for Cybertron was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually, well, it's Fall of Cybertron, and then because the reason why I say it's Fall is because look at Optimus. Optimus is clearly the Fall of Cybertron
Yeah.
design from the toy. Now, what do you think about them incorporating toy designs into past, versions of the Autobot body?
Well, I know it's like Hasbro's doing this is their IP, so
Yeah.
they got to have a say, and of course they've got to sell stuff. I know a lot of people it really bothers. It really doesn't bother me a whole lot
Yeah.
because Transformer designs. Yeah, if you've been a fan as long as we have, you notice that
Yeah.
Transformer designs happen a lot, especially if you get different artists on all the time.
Yeah.
They're going to change into what they want, what of course Hasbro's like, no, you got to add this and this and this. So it really doesn't bother me a whole lot, unless it's like a major drastic change. But
Mhm.
not really. It doesn't bother me.
I think I was too spoiled on the Dead Universe stuff in Dark Cybertron because I really love Livio's style. And no offense to Andrew or any of the other artists, like, I really want Livio's style in issues all the time now.
Go pick up Angry Birds.
Well, that's true.
He's
That's
in
true.
it.
Yeah, I know, I know he is. I saw. Um, so this whole flashback is, you know, the story of part of the war when Megatron is uprising and not giving up and wanting Metroplex, and this is
Megatron is being Megatron. G1
yeah,
Megatron.
pretty much, yeah. We have Optimus and Prowl arguing back and forth and back and forth, and then all of a sudden we have Alpha Trion. When was I don't remember him being around for a while.
Alpha Trion?
Yeah.
It's been
When
a
was the
while.
last time we saw him in the comics?
Phew. Was it the Costa run? Probably.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I like his design though. I think his design's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that going on. We have Megatron and Optimus with one final battle, and then they leave. We go back to the present day, where Optimus and the team are returning, and apparently their ship is going haywire because someone's detected them, and apparently the ghost shields have failed. So apparently the Starscream technology for ghost shields doesn't work.
Of course.
What do you think of the present day Optimus body?
Again, it's one of those things. I like it, but it's not. I'm one of the few, probably.
I like his alt mode. His robot mode, I don't know.
I like his abs. He's got some abs, man.
Yeah, he's got some abs.
Grill.
It's a giant grill, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's pretty much exposing his cleavage.
Yeah, he needs to get a bra for that.
Or maybe a bro.
Yeah,
You
your
can
bro.
talk to
Anzir.
I can't believe I got a Seinfeld reference into a Transformers comic.
Oh, do you want me to do? I could probably do more if you need me to.
So we have Kramer the transporter showing up in Skylinks.
You never, no. You can't do that. You can't do. You can compare Skylinks with Rio. I'll give you that because I want to kill both of those characters.
Oh wow.
Crossover for podcasts, people.
Yeah, for those that don't know, she is talking about Rio Pachenko from Gem and the
Who
Holograms.
is about as worthless as they can be.
Mhm. All right, so Skylinks shows up. He's not as much, at least in his opening lines, he's not as much of a dick as he was in the cartoon series. Because in the G1 cartoon series, he's like, only I, Skylinks, can do whatever it needs to be done, and blah, 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 blah. And so he's not that much of a dick, at least in the beginning here. After all, they're only loading up into him. So they are going to go to Earth, and the title of this story is Earthfall Part 1, Hello Cruel World. Oh boy. So we then go to... I do love that page though, the Earthfall page.
I think it's beautiful, and that's saying a lot with Skylinks in it. Mostly because Cosmos is there, and I love Cosmos.
Nicole loves Autobots? No.
I like my Autobots. I love G1 Bumblebee. Hello, I love Bumblebee. I will say that. I'll be one of the few people saying I love Bumblebee. But I love Cosmos too. Not as much as Bumblebee. I love Cosmos. Skylinks could go fly a kite. I don't care about him. But
oh boy.
Yeah.
So we get another flashback to last month. In the story last month, because obviously we are way past Dark Cybertron now in the time that this issue came out. How this whole new mess got started. I really do like the face-off between Prowl and Starscream. That's a nice panel.
I love it too. And is Casey who's doing the art on this one? Is it Casey?
It's Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew Griffith, colors by Perez, and flashback colors by Joanna.
Yeah, yep, he's doing a remarkable job. Beautiful.
He really is.
Beautiful. And of course the coloring's beautiful. I gotta admit, I do love that face off with Prowl and Starscream. But again, I love Starscream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Prowl, well, I have a love-hate relationship with Prowl. So, I like Constructicon Prowl. But I do like that face off because you can tell that Starscream's just smirking underneath there, and I love it. He's just like, yeah, come at me, bro. Come at me.
Well, in the very next panel, he's smirking at him. Here's a word chosen as I was chosen to rule Cybertron. And you can clearly tell he's smirking.
Yeah. Well, he loves telling people that.
Yeah.
He loves it. He might as well just get a badge. I'm surprised. You remember how Rodimus had a badge? I'm surprised Starscream hasn't made a badge. Oh my gosh, Starscream and Rodimus are like almost the same characteristics, basically.
No, they are not. No.
Yes. Okay,
no.
Come on. Rodimus is awesome. I just love it when he gets his butt kicked.
Yeah, we know.
Come on, the same things about
you love torturing Rodimus, we know. I do love the next panel here. He's talking about Optimus, and Optimus shows up right behind him.
Hey!
Really gotta start paying more attention.
You think that robots would have better hearing, especially with a large man like Optimus? I mean, I don't see Optimus being the best like hide and seeker. Yeah.
No, not at all. And then we get Mr. Mopey.
Which one?
If you screw this up, the city will turn against you in a real literal way. Plus, you got me and Windblade here watching you. Oh boy, good old Mr. Mopey Ironhide.
Oh, I remember when Ironhide was kick butt.
I will say, all props to Andrew for putting his own spin on Windblade. I do not like Windblade's design in Rid
I gotta admit,
overall.
she looks a lot. She looks angry in it, and she's got the robo boobies. Woo wee! She's she's definitely a lady.
She's got the Robo Boobies and the Robo 80s shoulder pads.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The shoulder pads there.
Oh my God! Like I said, all the respect in the world to Andrew Griffith, but Windblade is a Windblade was the fan character that got put into the show or put into the comic, and Sarah is the one that pretty much, in my personal opinion, is the one that kind of does her the best. Since it was Mergren and Sarah to do the original miniseries for Windblade. I just don't like other people other than Sarah drawing her at this point and coloring her. I mean, the colors are fine. The colors are fine. It's just the way she's drawn.
She looks so serious.
Yeah.
If you've watched, I say that watched Punishment because it's emotional. I do like Livio's take on her.
Yeah, I'll have to wait till Punishment comes out for the rest of us. Unlike
I still don't know how I'm gonna like it in actual physical form. Anyways, that's a review.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna get the digital when it comes. I don't think I'll get a physical, but I'll get the digital. So Windblade and Optimus are talking about Earth. I like this whole changeover from Optimus, like in the panel that they're there, and and then it goes to him saying, "With practice, it gets easier to say." And then the very next panel is almost the exact same shot, except he's opened the thing in his hand. I love the quick color change.
I like it though. I think it's really pretty.
No, I do. I like it, but it's almost like his entire design has changed. If you look at the first page before he opens it, his ears, for the lack of a better term, his antennae are larger, and then when it's lit up, his entire face kind of changes because of the lighting.
That's true.
It's just
like, I wasn't expecting it to be that bright. Ooh.
Yeah. Bright light, I can't see. So we get a shuttle shot of them going to Earth, and they land. Now, the Autobots know that Earth is not exactly their biggest fans anymore. Why would a giant ship filled with Autobots have a giant Autobot insignia on it on the outside of it?
It's they like to label their stuff. They're proud of their workmanship. I mean, it's just kind of like U.S. Airways or United. United is a horrible airline, and really, I cannot stand United. But I know a lot of people feel the same way about them like me. But they still put their logos on the outside, so hey, I should not get on that plane.
Yeah. No, I know. It just kind of like I mean, if they want to come to Earth and be stealthy about being on Earth, I just think that the Autobot symbol should be blacked out on the ship.
Yeah, that's true.
I just find it funny as all.
Are you sure? Maybe Skylinks did that. Sounds like some kind of BS you would do.
You just want to say bad things about Skylinks.
I do. He's that character for me in this series. It's like, ugh, no, go away. I always have one in every series.
So they all scan new alt modes, and everybody except RC and Prowl transform. You got Cup, Jazz, and Optimus. What do you think of the alt modes?
I'm really liking Jazz. Jazz looks cool.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to screw up.
Yeah, I mean, Cup he basically Cup, and Optimus is a little round.
He's classicized.
He's Kirby.
Yeah, he's basically a version of the 2008, 2009, 2007 Classics Optimus Prime toy from Hasbro is what he looks like to me in the alt mode.
I like Jazz though. Jazz looks really cool.
Yeah, Jazz
Well,
looks.
I got a
like it.
question right here,
Uh-huh.
and I don't mean to sound racist, but it's gonna come out to sound racist. I know it. Jazz, he's supposed to be like one of the token black guys, right? Am I wrong? So why is he like the most painted white character on Transformers? I know, but I don't get it. I've always wondered that. I'm like, if he's supposed to be the black guy, why is he so white?
I think it would be too on the nose if he was. I mean, that's kind of like casting Walter Jones as Zack the Black Ranger, or Thoy Trang as Trini the Yellow Ranger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of. It would be way too on the nose for Jazz, and plus Jazz eventually has like silverish gray stealth mode kind of stuff. So.
I know.
I
did not mean to that. To be any
No, I
kind of
know.
food. I'm talking about people who might be listening. I've just always thought that. I'm like, huh. It's just one of those anomalies that go in my head. And now it came out, and it sounded really wrong, and I apologize.
Cup looks like an old Bentley to me. I don't know why, but he like if you go to the page, or if you go to the panel where I never wanted to return, none of us did, but wants and needs rarely agree.
Oh, I can see what you're talking about. Yeah.
He looks like one of those old timey hot rod cars that they have conventions for all over the country at this point.
They don't have a Bentley Transformer, do they?
I don't think so.
There is not a Bentley. Wow. Let's change that.
Yeah, let's. I mean, if we can have Rat Trap and Tankor and Waspinator,
give me a nice looking Bentley.
Yeah. So the Autobots are on Earth. They're tracking this signal, and Cosmos calls in and says, I've tracked the signal, and he says no new hostiles. Either I'm too small a target to track, or they're letting me be. Either way, you're zeroing in on the target. One warm body inside. Cybertronian Optimus asks, and just nothing but silence. And we get to the boom, because they realize it's Thundercracker.
I love Thundercracker. There we go.
I'm trying to see where the hell Buster is in this image, where Optimus says wordplay from a Decepticon seeker. I can't. I'm trying to figure out where Buster would be lying around, because I can't see
I
anywhere.
think there's like a little couch in the back. It looks like there are some cloths folded up behind Thundercracker. Do you see that?
Yeah, at the very top.
Yeah.
Did the Energon colors change, or is that different? Three different tubes.
They added a fourth one, which is yellow.
Okay. So he likes the red and yellow then.
He really likes that yellow one, looks like. Jeez, that's good. That's gold.
Oh God, he's drinking from the Golden Lagoon.
Where's Beachcomber? Where's my Beachcomber?
Somebody call Beachcomber.
Because people don't know, I love Beachcomber. I'm one of the few people that absolutely positively loves Beachcomber. I would love that. I would love that. Yes, make it happen.
And we get Thundercracker, and he says no, this place is fine, but I figured Autobots were bound to show up eventually. I'm glad you came, Prime. I never liked you. I was worried it would have been that little yellow guy. That guy I liked.
I liked hearing that. I'm like, oh, you like Bumblebee. He's a fangirl.
All the way he writes, yeah.
He's a fangirl. Thundercracker is basically me. He loves dogs. He writes fanfic. I haven't written fanfic in years.
I don't know if I would go that far. I would say Susan is kind of like you.
Susan? Susan Journeyman?
Yeah. When I was reading that, I was like, wow, this sounds so like Nicole.
What?
You have the gruff exterior sometimes, and then
Are you drunk?
No, not yet.
We've been
Hey.
drinking that Golden Lagoon energy.
No.
Oh, I got something to say about the artwork that's on the next page.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so you see where Optimus is underneath the 2 panels of Thundercracker. After Thundercracker's, it looks like Optimus is, I know it's one of his exhaust ports, but in his left hand, you looking at it's on your right side, it looks like he's holding like a McDonald's cup with a straw. Master Shake! He's got Master Shake in his hand.
Oh my god.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force
What?
crossover. Woohoo!
Yeah, what the heck? That. Oh my god, that is so awesome.
Look at it. Look at it. It looks like Master Shake in his hand.
Yeah,
I know it's one of his pipes, but come on.
Now, all as I'm picturing is those old McDonald's commercials: a Big Mac, large fry, and a chocolate shake. I'm getting hungry. Damn it. So he goes and tells Thundercracker that Megatron stands with them. And Thundercracker's like, no, it can't be true, but it is. Of course it's true. Why on earth would we lie to you? And bam, Galvatron shows up.
Oh, what an entrance.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was waiting for the right moment, kind of like Megatron did with Bumblebee back in Dark Cybertron. That was one of my favorite parts. He made me wait here for literally 10 minutes or something. I can't remember, for the right entrance.
Yep.
I wonder if Galvatron would do the same.
I think Galvatron's too impatient for that.
Galvatron's just mad, and I love him. It's just literally insane.
Oh man. I really wish at some point they would do a Galvatron change. I know it's not practical, but he somehow gets his canon alt mode in some way, shape, or form. Just homage the movie, even if it was just a cover, like one of those 30th anniversary covers.
You still got time. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So we get an all-out fight here.
Love it.
And
Beautiful.
Splash page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's like red laser, blue laser. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or red laser, purple laser, I should say. And poor Thundercracker. No, you said it wouldn't happen like this. Get out of my house. I just can't picture a voice in my head for I can't hear a voice in my head for Thundercracker. Get off my lawn. I just can't.
I can't, because he kind of had that in the G when he had the gruffy voice,
Yeah.
That page is just so beautiful. That artwork is just amazing.
It is.
Prime and Jazz coming out right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz is slowly becoming a favorite of mine too. I've always liked Jazz, but he's getting up there. Ever since he had that little incident with killing someone.
Yeah. Obviously Scatman has been long gone.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace. But I remember there was a time, I think it was the first or second time I interviewed Phil Lamar, and I just asked him in the interview, I'm like, it was the first time, because we were talking about Transformers Animated, and I asked him how, what did the, producers and people in charge, how did they want you to approach Jazz from your own thing, or did they want you to do Scatman? He's like, once you get Scatman in your head, you can't get it out. And I'm like, okay, well, can you do Jazz as Scatman? He's like, Megatron, you're going down. And I'm like, oh, just hearing Phil Lamar and it sound just like Scatman Carruthers for G1 Jazz. Oh my! Like, I literally freaked out.
That would have been like, I gotta go change my pants.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So Optimus wants to take the fight outside. Don't move, alien. And we have Marissa and the Earth Defense Command, who apparently have aligned with the Decepticons as the closing page here. Thoughts?
On the whole thing? Or
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Thundercracker. I love the Thundercracker moments. It's awesome. Um, it was surprising to see Galvatron because we're just like, who's gonna be the baddie? Because Megs is now an Autobot.
Yeah.
Spoiler, in case
Mhm.
no one knew yet. So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, Galvatron would have been people's thoughts, and so it wasn't a huge surprise, but it was kind of a nice surprise because Galvatron's insane and I love him. So, uh, as far as setup for a new storyline, I think they've done well. Um, the only thing I just don't care for, and this is going to sound cruel, but I just don't like Marissa. She doesn't look good. Her face doesn't look well in the arts.
She looks angry.
She looks, yeah. I just don't care. But yeah, it's a good. I mean, because Thundercracker, the whole thing with Thundercracker not knowing that Megs has switched sides. He's just like, wait, what? No, that's how long he's been out of the game. This whole thing is just like, okay, what's Prowl and RC going to be up to? Poor Jetfire, he's just like lingering somewhere, getting no love.
Yeah, poor Jetfire.
So it does give you some questions. It gives you some talking points. It gives you, like, if you're talking with other people. And plus, there's Cosmos. So, oh yeah, it's extra awesome.
Yeah, there is Cosmos.
I really felt sorry for Cosmos in this because he's having like a chat with Prowl, but it's like one of
Yeah.
those conversations where one person is talking but the other one isn't listening and just making their own conversation. And poor Cosmos is like, it's really lonely where I've been. I've had no one to talk to. Will you please listen to me? And Prowl's like, oh yeah, we should do this and this. He's like, come on, Prowl, just give me attention, please. Please.
Yep, it was so crazy. Overall, I like this issue. I think it's interesting. I like seeing the aftermath of Dark Cybertron. I'm not sure where the story is going. I mean, obviously, I know since I've read obviously to current, but when I first read this back when it came out, I wasn't really sure what to think and what direction because Rid has always been since the beginning the political book.
Mm-hmm.
And other than the fact that Starscream is now in charge and the people voted him to rule, there really isn't a hell of a lot of politics in Rid at this point, because at this point in the ongoings, it's Windblade that has to deal with the politics in her miniseries, because this is dealing with Optimus and Earth and everything else. So I'm not really sure where Barbara is taking this. I like it. I'm just not sure.
I just like that this RID is lightening up. Barber's put some jokes in here because, like you said, RID used to be like the real serious one.
Mm-hmm.
The whole quip about Starscream telling Prowl, "My friends think your head's the best part about you." Oh my gosh, I love that. That was awesome. The whole screenplay, amazing. The
screenplay was crazy.
I can't wait to see the whole thing. Oh my gosh.
You know what they ought to do? I don't think they'll do this, but I wish that IDW would do a one-shot where it's just the screenplay.
Oh, people have been asking about that. That would be awesome. I mean, they do spotlights all the time, so why not do spotlight Susan Journeyman? Why not? I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think it would be too. Overall, I really enjoyed this one. It was funny. It was interesting. It was a nice new twist on where Rid is going. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. What about you?
I wasn't expecting ratings. I forgot about that. Let's see. I will give it a 4 because, like I said, the whole thing with Marissa drives me nuts. And Buster's changing size as well. That's one of those things that gets me. Again, it's Transformers. They're not great with sizes, but it's a dog. You should be able to be a dog, right? But I love Buster. So yeah, I'll give it a nice solid 4.
Yep, same here. So we're going to take a quick break, come back with more Meets the Eye 28 after this coughing message.
Sorry. I thought I muted.
We'll be back in a moment.
Oh my gosh, this is so great.
All right, folks, it is time to read and talk about, not necessarily read, but talk about the soul-crushing title that is More Than Meets the Eye.
Soul crushing. Oh wow, that's harsh.
I have the subscription cover, which is Megatron, Nautica,
Tailgate,
and a
Swerve,
whole bunch of other people.
Night Beats.
Nightbeat.
I've just
And
Get
a whole bunch of
yeah.
and a whole bunch of other people. And Megatron says, "Want to make something of it?"
I wish I had that cover. But I got the standard cover.
The regular cover. I like the regular cover. I think it's cool. I like the incentive cover a lot.
But I love that so many of my favorite characters are on the subscription cover.
Hmm?
Because I love Tailgate. Swerve, he's just pure awesome. Nautica, she's my girl at heart, man. So, Getaway, I'm starting to like his little scandals there. So, and of course, Megs, just folding his arms like being all gangsta. Love it. Yeah, love it.
So we get the previously page here.
It's the exact same. It is the exact same, except for
it's just
Prime
reversed.
Prime and Megs are on the other side.
Right.
So.
Which is, well, they didn't really cheat.
They didn't. They did it for a reason, which is a good reason.
Yeah. And I love how on Comixology, how the, because I'm actually looking at both copies. I have the print and the digital pulled up.
Because I'm looking at the print right now, so.
Oh, are you?
See what I say? We can't do things.
We just flip-flop. I love in the digital how when it gets down to the singles, it gets down to the character sections here, you have a single panel for each character. Mm-hmm. And then you have the giant 6 months later.
Oh, did you have that in the digital?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. Before I get too far and forget about this, because I kind of forgot about in the Lost Light. Wow, in Red. Obviously written by James Roberts. The art is by Alex Milne. I assume that's how you say his name, right? I don't know. Yep. Milne, Malign, whatever.
Milne.
I don't know.
It's Alex Milne.
The colors are done by Josh Burcham. Letters Tom B. Long. Editorial assistants Rebecca Howard. I don't know.
Howard.
And obviously Barbara is the editor.
This is different because we're used to seeing Josh Perez work with Alex, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Perez is over with Andrew.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, okay, so they did a little switcheroo there.
Yep. And we're back. Open up with the Lost Light. And the Lost Light, just from this opening panel, looks like it's seen better days.
Lost Light, yeah, it's kind of like the Enterprise meeting up with Vulcan warship, you know? It's not looking too good.
Yeah, no, not at all. So, and we're back. And we have Brainstorm, who is a complainer in this series.
Yeah.
You were ages. Sorry, Brainstorm. I had to pop down to the fuel furnace. And this is your newest favorite character, or new favorite character.
Well, Nautica's just pure awesome. And she's got, a sonic wrench instead of a sonic screwdriver.
Good Lord, a sonic
And she's
wrench.
she's a talky talker, and she kind of reminds me of myself a little bit in that way. So.
Well, you did do a 6-hour podcast this year.
this year, that was just 2 weeks ago, and it would be this is the first time I did it.
Yeah, I've done stuff like that before.
That was John Paul's fault.
Mm-hmm. So we have Nautica and Brainstorm in conversation, and he's giving her a situation, and I love this. She's saying that you're telling me about your new CC gun. Okay, so imagine you're in battle, but everything's happening so fast you can't make out anyone's insignia. You're badge blind. Good grief, I didn't even think I knew that was a thing.
I think it's awesome.
I can't believe James threw in a Charlie Brown line. Good grief. And Brainstorm's Lioness, oh my god.
Uh-huh.
That would be so.
I love how excited though Brainstorm is explaining this to Nautica.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
his briefcase goes flying.
And it's still attached to his hand, though. So he's talking about color-coded guns and color-coded lasers. Red if you're an Autobot, purple if you're a Decepticon. And this is the best bit. The color changes depending on who's firing the gun. Okay, as I was reading this issue, to refresh myself before doing the recording, he's talking about the mother friggin' lawgiver from Judge Dredd. He's making a Transformers version of the lawgiver.
Well, someone must be a Judge Dredd fan because of the newest comic that's out.
Mm-hmm.
I want a figure of that. Judge Dreadbot. Oh.
And then, so she goes on and says, kind of talks about the moral absolutism and whatever else. He says it doesn't have to be red and purple.
I know. It's because she just keeps on talking. It's like getting all this, and he's just like, wait, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just so simple. To him, it was such a simple thing, and then she's going on all the statistics, and I love it.
So we get to what's happening over there?
I know. It's
all this I can think of is friggin' Cup from the movie. What's going when they're in the cell? What's going on over there? Does the putty? Oh God, I can't remember guilty or innocent. That's
Oh, I just noticed that's Mirage. Is that Mirage? That is. I didn't even know he was on the Lost Light.
Yep, that's Mirage.
Huh.
Mirage and
that's oh God, I just lost his name.
Hotshot.
Is that Hotshot? Fire Engine? Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, that's Inferno.
Inferno, maybe. My gosh. That's
Hotshot.
what I was thinking. I was just like, no.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I forgot you intellectual types don't read the Lost Light Insider, do you? That's another thing we need in a one-shot. We need we need pages and pages of the Lost Light Insider.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be so cool. So we get to the next panel, and it is Rung, basically psychoanalyzing Megatron. World Shut Your Mouth Part 1.
I don't blame those other guys being on the outside, because hello. I would just love to be in this room.
Yeah. Alright, so Dark Cybertron's over. What do you think of Megatron switching sides and like his whole thing of becoming an Autobot? What do you think of that whole...
You know what? It's after 4 million years or 6 million... Oh, I forgot how... Is it 6?
10 million, 20 million,
millions and millions of years. It's time that we don't understand. I think it was eventually about ready to happen, Mm-hmm. Most people, once they've done so many horrific things that are mentally stable, people that look back and like, oh, wait, people that have been reformed, they go back and they think of their crimes and they get to that point where they've just break down. And yeah, I could see this happening. I don't know why not. The thing is, after this issue, once we talk, Meg's become he's always been a good leader, but now he's playing for the Autobots and he's like an awesome leader. I'm like, I so want to see him lead still. Again, I love Rodimus, but
no, you don't.
Stop I know. Lying. I really do love Rodimus. He's such a fun guy to hang out with. But I just love seeing Megs lead the Autobots. It's awesome. I like it.
It's strange to me. I don't dislike it. It's just strange.
Well, of course, it's because you're not used to it. You're used to seeing him want to take over the world and destroy everything and make everything his. And then he, like in Dark Cybertron, he had that moment of realization. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he's even Rung's getting into his head right here, and you could see where Megs has come from in the past. And to tell you the truth, I understand where he's coming from and where he's been and stuff because of these sessions that they're having.
Yeah. And I love the panel with Rodimus when he says, the lost light is refueled. The quantum engines are purring like a turbofox in heat. And Perceptor says he can use magic to get us back to the galactic rim in one single epic jump. Magic equals science that Rodimus doesn't understand.
See, this is why I love Rodimus. He is wanting to go out on an adventure. He wants to just go out and have fun. This is why I like Rodimus. He just wants to have adventures. He doesn't care if he gets hit every now and then. Okay, maybe he does, but he still just... I mean, he has a rod pod. Hello?
Yeah, I love the rod. We'll get to the rod pod in the next couple of podcasts.
Yeah, love the rod pod.
Oh, God.
Oh, and then that quote with Rung and Megs right there, that's a true, honest quote.
It is, yeah. That was a nice little touch there.
Yeah.
I think it's really weird seeing... I like it, but I think it's really weird seeing Optimus and Rodimus shake hands.
Optimus and Rodimus?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, it's just the way that it's here in this issue, it looks really strange. It kind of... Oh, God. I know why it looks strange to me. It reminds me of the animated opening to Batman 66. Optimus is Batman, Rodimus is Dick Grayson. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. So who's Starscream luring in the background?
No, that's not Starscream. That's Ratchet. Ratchet could be the commissioner.
That's Starscream in the background right there.
No, it's not.
Oh, I'm looking at the panel below you. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's the other way around. Yeah, no. The panel where goodbye, Optimus. I'll call you when we get to Cybertropia or Cybertopia, Utopia, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, Ratchet just looks really uncomfortable there. It's like, are you guys done holding hands now?
Ratchet's just, yeah. I love Ratchet. Gal. See, he's another Autobot that I just absolutely adore.
Yeah, Ratchet in this entire series has been amazing. With or without his or anyone else's hands.
Exactly.
Rodimus is like, us? Since when is Starscream one of us? All I can think of is that old geek chant, one of us, one of us, one of us.
One of us.
So the juxtaposition of this whole issue here is the fact that they need to decide what in the hell they're going to do with Megatron, and they all start arguing over the fact of there needs to be a trial. A trial for Megatron, really?
Well, yeah. Well, you're seeing all sides here. Rodimus, Prowl thinks he should just be executed. Rodimus is, they're doing what most politicians would do. And Prowl's little thing about his two choices, I love it. And Ultra Magnus is there. Of course, Ultra Magnus is going to be like, no, this is what needs to be going down.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the guy, we got to do things.
You said public execution twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Prowl says we have two options: public execution, indefinite spark containment, or public execution. You said public execution twice. Cognitive bias. Look it up. Prowl made a funny. Prowl made a funny, people. Yay.
Well, he flips tables all the time. It was bound to happen.
That's what his masterpiece is missing. He needs a table.
I can just imagine one of the third-party companies coming up with a little miniature table for Prowl to flip. Oh, God. Oh my god, who would Prowl be if he was in the WWE for table flipping? Oh my god.
Much any of them.
True. So Prowl is going to be the prosecutor. Ultra Magnus is going to be the defense attorney. Um, and then we get to Optimus and Rodimus and talking about you seem very eager to return to your quest. And well, of course, nobody likes politics. Nobody wants to be around for Megatron's trial.
Yeah.
And we get Rodimus giving Optimus an update and facepalm for days when it comes to Thunderclash.
Oh my gosh, I love that facepalm that Prime's giving. That's awesome.
He just looks like he's punching himself.
He probably is. He's talking to Rodimus. You know, like I said, I like Rodimus, but he could go on for days and days. I mean, look at that explanation he's giving right there.
Yeah, that's true. So we get back to today, and we get back to Rung. Rung and Megatron. Rung says, if it would help, it would help if you weren't so evasive. If you're worried about people listening in, don't be. The office is soundproofed. Uh-huh. No one can hear us. Sure. That's why Ravage is laying under the couch.
Oh, I'm so glad to see Ravage. He's so cute. Look at him. He's just sitting there. Aww.
Right there, he is so cute. Anytime else, he's just...
I like Ravage.
Don't get me wrong. I like Ravage. I think he's a cool character. I just wish people would... I wish the artists would pick a design for him and stick with that. And I know different artists are going to draw him differently, but I've seen Ravage so many different times. At this point, Alex's design here, he looks like a cat, like he's supposed to. Other designs, it's kind of really movie Revenge of the Fallen influence, and he looks like a rabid dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just certain things about Ravage when, I can't even pinpoint who an artist would be that does this, but there are just certain times where, especially in Dark Cybertron, with all those artists, like no one knew how to do Ravage right.
No, is it the next issue of this? They have the Megatron and Ravage dialogue. Awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, McFeely did that on YouTube, which is amazing.
So we get to we get to Rung and Megatron here, and they're going back and forth, and they eventually bring up Towards Peace, his Megatron's autobiography. Don't call it that. You make it sound small. You make me sound small. I was writing a polemic. It was going to change the world. You did. I suppose so, but not for the better. I love that panel of Megatron.
Oh, beautiful.
He looks so sad right there.
It's beautiful. I mean, Alex really knows how to capture expressions, especially in... These are supposed to be metal creatures. Mm-hmm. But yet, he does such a great job with these expressions. And I love it. I mean, Megs has got some great... Just in this two-page spread, he's got some great looks on him.
Absolutely. And Rung ever the Inquisitor.
Mm-hmm.
It's so silly. So, we get down to the point of who is Terminus, and we get to another flashback. I like how Alex did the kind of movie style thing here with, by the pious fools, we're under attack. That's kind of a design of when Unicron changed Megatron. That's kind of cool.
I really like that. That is so cool.
Yeah, that is really a cool design set.
I wonder what he came up with. If that was his idea or if that was James' thing.
It might.
I really like it. I really like it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is very awesome. So we get to, after Megatron and Rung and all that stuff, we get down to 6 months ago. And it's Getaway and Swerve and, I don't know who.
Crosscut.
Riptide.
No,
oh, that's
it's
Crosscut.
Crosscut,
okay.
Swerve, and Riptide.
Oh, Riptide, okay. And then Nightbeat is there. I swear, Nightbeat is just like Ryan.
Well, that's what he has for us.
I know, but it's like ever since I've been reading Dark Cybertron when we did that giant coverage and seeing Nightbeat again, it's like I see why Nightbeat is Ryan's avatar.
I like the whole Blue Streak doesn't get on board because he looks too much like Prowl. Yeah,
It's very true. I mean,
I like Blue Streak too.
you know. So we have Nautica come in and she kind of stirs the pot with everything, and
She's got a big wrench. She can stir what she wants.
mhm. I love her exchange with Swerve. Anything with Swerve, honestly, is I. The first time I ever heard about the character of Swerve in general was, I think it was one of the TF Con or one of the BotCon like customization classes. I'm like, who the hell is Swerve? And then I didn't realize or find out what kind of character he was until, well, version of his character, until I started reading this, and I'm like, Swerve is awesome.
Swerve is the guy that everyone likes.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Swerve.
It's hard to believe he doesn't have any friends or a bunkmate, and then he gets bunked up with Megatron. Have you seen that little fan cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah. That's so silly.
one of my favorites.
That's why he's talking to her. Duh, because they're having auditions.
Yeah,
They're having cruditions.
Cruditions.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about the cruditions. That's simply amazing.
Well, I just love Nightbeat here. He's like, thirdly, Ultramagnus will not allow you to advertise these interviews as cruditions. I told you it wasn't a real word.
That's so awesome. It is just so awesome, and I love him pointing at it. Cruditions. It's just I love the point in the smirk.
Oh, so much fun.
Oh,
So much fun.
God,
Anything with
it's-
Swerve is just amazing.
So Optimus comes in. This is Chrome Dome. He's a nemosurgeon. No, get him out of here. Get him out. Oh, Megatron's pretty fearful of this guy. Guards.
And if you've read, is it the RID 35? You understand why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Optimus and Megatron and Chrome Dome, and then we get Rodimus of all people.
What's wrong with Rodimus?
No, it's not.
I thought you liked him.
I do. I love Rodimus, but it's just strange to me. See, because I don't really section myself into strict continuity of what character needs to have what rival, but I'm so used to Purple Galvatron versus Rodimus in the movie and whatever else, and it's a little strange to me to see Rodimus facing off against G1 Megatron.
Oh, you're so G1.
Yeah, I know, right? And I do love what Rodimus says. He says Optimus has to watch what he says. I don't. And Megatron asks him for a favor, which is interesting. And we get to Nightbeat and a bunch of... I will continue to say a bunch of other bots people because half the time there's so many... Like, I said this last time. The damn colors. There's so many damn bots that are same damn color. It's like...
It's not that hard. That's Skids.
Yeah.
Skids is awesome. And then you got Chrome Dome.
Yeah. Chrome Dome.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's still grieving.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah. And then Megatron walks back to his Hab Suite 113 die.
Yeah.
And is basically graffitied all over.
Murderer, die. Pariah, kill, die. Murderer, psychopath, killer, die. Spawn, die. Yeah. It's nothing pretty on there.
I don't know if are you a Boy Meets World fan at all?
I haven't watched it in years.
There's an episode close to the end of the series called "They're Killing Us." It's Corey and Topanga recounting the nightmare that was their wedding to get it together. And at one point in the episode, Topanga wants to see the bridesmaids' dresses, so it's Rachel, Angela, and Morgan, Corey's sister, in these really awful, gaudy Southern Belle worst bridesmaids' dresses ever. Rachel and Angela walk out, and, Topanga says, "Where's Morgan? I want to see my new sister." And Morgan comes out, "What are you, psycho?" That's all I can think of when I see that word psycho. And I know it's a psychopath, but when I just see the psycho on his door. And then somebody shoots an arrow through his hand. And supposedly it was Amy.
Yeah,
I guess she doesn't like Megatron.
Well, she's an Autobot fan. Yeah.
So we have Whirl, and they have a face-off, and we also go into a now flashback of what happened. This is a flashback, right?
Yeah. Well, no, wait. No, this is right now.
Okay.
Because Whirl kicks him into the fuel furnace, and then they go flying into the furnace there.
That's why. See, I thought it turned into a flashback, but no. Okay, this is current.
Yeah.
Megatron says, "You have me to thank for that. Thank for all the times you've been on the ropes and not the wreckers. I mean you personally, but your attackers have backed down. That was me. That was my influence. Let him live the second order I gave after declaring war." And it's them going back and forth, and I love Whirl. Where's my freaking arm?
And that was awesome.
I really would. I mean, it was hilarious, but I think it would have been funny. Where's my freaking real face?
I think at one point they said something like Whirl likes the way that he is, because of some kind of really odd way, something. So.
Yeah. How are you liking Alex's art and stuff? The not the art changes, but the color changes and just the palette and stuff like that.
The color at first was kind of hard for me to read at first because it goes from one extreme to the other. Definitely the bigger pictures are easier to read. It took me a while to see that Whirl was kneeing Megatron, but besides that, I think that's the only panel I really had a problem with. You can tell that they're underwater. They're not doing too well. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not doing too well.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're not underwater. They're in the furnace room. I apologize. They're the other way. They're in a heated room. I don't know where the water thing. Sorry.
So we get the end of this fight, and Megatron walks away, and Rung comes up. "Why did you want to talk to me? What's this all about?" People never stop changing, Rung. We're all of us works in progress. We're the sum of our experiences. Even if we edit those experiences to suit. Selective memory, denial, post-justification, or we rewrite history, our own history, to keep us sane, to stop us giving up every day we do it. And then we get Chrome Dome?
Yeah, that's Chrome Dome.
And to think I'll never see you again. One more thing, one last thing, because I don't say it enough.
Well, this is what's been going on. He's been playing the tape the last 8 seconds that Rewind was alive before he met up with Overlord. And excuse me, that's what he's been doing, is just putting this on repeat, this 8 seconds of repeat and repeat. No wonder he's so freaking depressed. Hearing your ultimate love say their last words, of course he's going to be depressed. But then, if we go back to what Rung said to Megatron about editing, it tells a lot about people about what they take out of their writing. So it tells more about them. And this is where Chrome Dome changes the message.
Mm-hmm.
So, poor Chrome Dome. I really do feel sorry for him.
Poor Chrome. But he'll get some version of Rewind back in the future.
What? Spoiler!
These issues have been out for a while.
Yeah.
So we get to Whirl again. It's me. Bad news. He didn't bite. Who the hell is he talking to?
What?
It's after the page. It's after the page with it's after the panel with Chrome Dome.
Oh, he's just talking. Whirl's just talking to himself.
No. He's talking to somebody on his comlink. It's me.
Oh,
Bad news.
That's right.
Bite.
Oh, we find out in I think the next issue or the issue after that. Yeah, we find out.
Oh. DJD probably, most likely.
You think he's buddies with the DJD?
I don't know.
Maybe.
You never know. Allegiances can change.
Oh,
Regardless if they made him one-eyed and claw-like.
I bet you Whirl's an excellent skier, though.
Yeah.
You should go out for the Winter Olympics.
So we get... you should go out for the Winter Olympics. Oh, my God. That's so wrong. So we get to Luna 2 6 months ago, the trial of Megatron. Everyone's there. Optimus is wearing a crown for some odd reason. I mean, I know he's the judge of the thing, but...
Well, it's kind of like still over in Britain, they still wear the judges' wigs. Over here in America, they don't wear the wigs, but they still wear the robes. So this is kind of like saying, hey, I'm in charge here. You know?
I'm just waiting for Starscream to run up and grab it off his head.
Well, it looks like Tyrus's crown.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. He no longer needs it.
Yep. So Megatron in this flashback pleads guilty to all the charges. And we get back to the present day, Captain on the Bridge. It's still weirding me out that he's the captain of a lot. Like, why would Rodimus ever agree to this?
Because pretty much Prime put him up to it.
I know.
So is it the next cover where Rodimus is handing over the keys?
Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
Oh, I love that one too.
Uh-huh.
So they're on the bridge, and still no response from Thunderclash, but we're on course to reach the Vis Vitalis within days. Quantum engines are 72 hours away from full recharge, and the UFO we've been tracking is now within visual range. Right now, what do we think it is? We're not sure. What do we think it is? Well, right now, we've given the size and the shape and the absence of any means of propulsion. Right now, we think it's a coffin.
And whose is it? We will find out.
Yes, we will find out. And I know the artists are, prone to license of different things, but I was really hoping this would be an homage to Zombie Prime in G1 cartoon.
Of course, you're such a G1er.
Oh, yeah, but, I was kind of hoping that it would be like this giant silver and black ship that they had to basically park the Lost Light on and walk up to the Autobot insignia to walk inside the thing.
Such a G1er. What are we gonna do with you?
Overall, I like More Than Meets the Eye 28. I think it's an interesting aftermath of Dark Cybertron. It's an interesting way to take the book. I will say that for me, I miss all the shenanigans with Swerve and Ultra Magnus and and just the crew in general. Like the whole cast change that's going on, I just particularly don't like it. I understand it's they're needing to do it to kind of freshen the book up, and that's all well and good. I just personally, there's too many characters I have to keep track of.
See, to me, it's not a problem. It's not a big deal for me. I personally like change. I like switching things up. Hey, look, there's even Blaster there in that last page. Haven't seen Blaster forever, so.
I don't know. I know this will never happen because Blaster's on the Lost Light and Soundwave's on Cybertron, but I still really want a Blaster Soundwave fight.
Still, the best Soundwave Blaster matchup is on Mars Attacks. They were nipple clamped together. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right. Still, I just still want, I don't know.
What do you want, Mike? What do you want?
I want something that sadly G1 could never give us. I want the true, because I'm sorry, I don't count headmasters. I just don't count. I just don't count it. So
it's not the best. That's for sure.
No, not at all. So I think that's it. What would you give 28 for More Than Meets the Eye?
I would give this a 4.5. I've enjoyed so much. Almost every panel was just amazing. I loved it. Introducing TPB, I love introducing the new crew with Nautica. I love the moments with Megs and Rung together. Of course, you got Rodimus trying to cover his butt with Prime. Love that. Ratchet, and then the art, Milne, Alex amazes me. The details he puts in his. Look at the background when they're carrying Megs to trial. Yeah. The details is just amazing. But it's not like so overly detailed that you get lost in something. Like I said, there's only that one panel where I kind of got confused, but it's one panel. It's not going to ruin the whole book for me. There's so many wonderful. Meg's got in a fight with Whirl. Hello, this is really good. So good.
Yeah, Meg's got in a fight with Whirl. Swerve had his cruditions. Nightbeat was sarcastic as all hell. Optimus and Rodimus, just seeing them in the same book. Like I'm telling you, Batman and Robin from '60s. It's what it is.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
For me, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I really, really enjoyed it. There's just certain things.
Wow.
Yay! There's just certain things like with the color changes, like you were saying, and it really is. Even looking at the print issue, I have problems with color change. I assume it's just me and how my eyes are, but in the digital issues, I still have the same problems. I have them even more so because I read it panel by panel in the digital issues. But that's no fault of the creative team at all. The story is interesting in this issue. It's an interesting first part to World Shut Your Mouth, and as we go along, and I remember I'll have to make new judgments, obviously, as I read this for whenever we do another one of these. I remember when I first read this, I'm like, Trial of Megatron. It should only last 2 issues. It just, for me, it dragged on the first time I read through it. This issue was fine, but I don't know. I'll have to go back and figure it out.
You figure it out. You figure out the correct answer.
Right. Where can the people interact with you online?
Go find me at Twitter at Beatles Diva. That's Beatles like the band, not the bug. Basically, you could Google that, and that's me. Or I'm Hailstorm on pretty much any Transformers forum. So.
Find me at TFG and Mike. Next time around, I think we're either doing a back issue classics or we're doing episode 98. If we're doing episode 98, it's going to be another IDW title from a while ago, actually. We're going to be doing the comic adaptation of Angel's Smile Time.
What is that? I don't remember that.
I'll send you the stuff. I'll tell you about it over.
Okay.
Make your great escape into comics, and we will catch you next time.
Aloha.
You've just heard the latest episode of the Pull Bag, the GCRN's comic review and discussion podcast. There are several ways to get in touch with us and leave feedback for the show. You can visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on the episode and all of our different podcasts. You can rate our show on iTunes. Be sure to leave us feedback. Call the voicemail line, 502-526-5821. Please remember to tell us the show you are leaving the message for, and your name. Become a fan of us on Facebook by searching Geekcast Radio Network. Send us an email feedback at geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at geekcastradio. So until next time, make your great escape into comics and unleash the geek in you.